Okay, hello. Good afternoon to you. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwell Boxing. So, you're an up-and-coming fighter, huh? And you want to really enhance your training, yes? Well, you come to the right place. We at Trainwell Boxing are ex-fighters. So, we've got the advantage over quite a few strength and conditioning coaches. Don't you worry. We're not trying to wheedle our way into any up and coming fighting boxing team or anything like that. I can assure you. This is why we give these information out publicly for free for you to just take away. And if you never darken our door again, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But there will be in the back of your mind that we are the boys, especially when it comes down to the strength and conditioning stuff. We do know what we're talking about. So I'm not picking on plyometrics today. But what I'm going to say to you is that strength training, which we've discussed before in a lot of detail, and the cardiovascular side of things, i.e., the road work, should form, in our opinion, 20% of your training. 80% of it is all the other, the boxing skill stuff that you should be doing, the sparring, the pad work, etc., etc., etc. Not getting bogged down with this supplementary training, because I can tell you something for nothing. You can, if you're in a good stables, if you're in a good gym, they will have all the equipment there to lay it on for you to do a boxing circuit, which could be bag work, speed ball work, skipping, shadow boxing, pad work. Understand? As opposed to any of these press ups and all this type of stuff, because you've covered that in your strength training. So, have you heard of the run walk method? So let's go right to the top, to the Rolls Royce, the professional fighter, fight in 12 rounds. They fight 3 minutes. They have a minute, 60 seconds in between. We're not interested in the 60 seconds between. We work it out at 12 times 3 minutes equals 36 minutes. So you want to be out doing your road work, I reckon minimum 3 times a week. Maybe more. At least 3 times a week. And you want to pick a route that is going to take you 36 minutes. It could be a circuit route, which is very nice, thank you, because where I live at the moment in Somerset, we're moving to Devon, which would be even better for running. It's very scenic and the air is very fresh and there's lots of wildlife, and it's a whole lot better than running down the edge, the narrow edge of a pathway with cars and lorries flying past you. Then you're having to slow down for the side roads and the side turnings. Then you're having to make sure that no buggers turning into the road, you know what I mean, the side road and stuff. Then you have to take into consideration little divots and deviates in the road and all the rest of it. Well, I like to go out running with my dog, and I couldn't do it on some of the roads, some of the pavements here. I just couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. So I get down onto the beach, which is a sandy beach, and I'm running along. So you can make it so fantastic for you. You can put your headphones on. I've got the dog which runs along by the side of me, outruns me. He's a Staffy Terrier. He outruns me. He could do it 5 times over that run. And he'd say, yeah, let's have some more. A little bundle of energy. So the road work, the runs are very, very, very important. So 36 minutes. You want to pick that route if it's a circular route that's going to take you to get back from base right the way around to your starting point again. 36 to 40 minutes. Okay. If you can't do that, in my case, running along the beach, I'm not able to. So I'll do 15 minutes one way. I know it's not 36 minutes, but then again, I'm not fighting 12 rounds, am I? At 61 years of age. I do 15 minutes one way, and then I come back 15 minutes the other. So basically what you want to be doing really is, before you start your 36 minutes period, is breaking your body into it. So a light jog, just to get all the joints nicely oiled up, as it were. Just to get all the tendons and ligaments, the connective tissue, nicely buoyant and springy and ready. So when you've done that, and I think I do that, I accomplish that from where I live here at the moment to the beach is about 10 minutes. So I have a little jog down. We do have to go up some pathways and roadways and stuff, but the dog's on the inside and he's quite good, actually. He doesn't cut across me on the lead or anything. Anyway, by the time I've got to my starting point, which is the pier, I'm sweating, I'm ready to go. Just as soon as I've got down, bang, I've gone off into a sprint. Now, I'm an old man, I'm not 25, come on. I'm an old man and I try my best. And it is quite hard, actually, on the sand. Sometimes it's firm, sometimes it's a little bit clayey, you know, muddy. And then other times it can be really powdery. But if you get onto that firm bit, you can, which is quite a lot of, you can get that sprint off. So now you've gone almost into your second warm-up. So now you're ready. Now walk. Now run. So you walk. It depends, doesn't it, on your fitness. This is why my coach used to say to me, he used to say to me, you should be able to do toe-to-toe 3-minute rounds at a fast pace. Sit down on your bench, on your stool, And within 60 seconds, you've recovered and you're ready to go again. And that's the same sort of thing when you're doing your running. So if you sprinted it off, whether you're a 25-year-old, 61-year-old, you've gone at your full capacity. Then you're going to need to have a recovery period. Just, you can wear these little things that take your heart rate and all the rest of it. When you get your heart rate down to that sort of 60-ish beats per minute, again, it depends. I have had people I've known who have 40, between 40 and 50 beats per minute heart rate. We are talking about super fit runners. But generally, you want to take about 60, try to take about 60 seconds, and then you go off again. This time you're on the run bit, not the sprint. You've got your first sprint out. Now you go into the run bit, which is about 75%. So if you look at the runners, you've got the sprinters that go all out, don't they, for 100 meters. Then you've got the other runners, 400 meters. You've got 200, I know, but we're just keeping it simplistic. And then you've got the 400 meters, haven't you? And they're going, I reckon those boys, that lot rather, are probably going about 80 odd percent, between 80 and 90%. Not a full out sprint until they're on the last 100 meters and they open up. We want to be about the 800. Okay, what it would be for you if your coach said to you, right, I want Tyson Fury. I know he's slowing down now, but he might have said, 10 years ago to Tyson, right, Tyson, twice around the lap, twice around the 400-meter track, fast as you can go. Fast as you can do it, Tyson. You know what I mean? Of course, you wouldn't be able to sprint like you would for the 50 meters to 100 meters. I can tell you that you wouldn't. Not even if you was Limpid Christie, not even if you was Sebastian Coe, whoever, you wouldn't be able to do it. You just wouldn't, because you're going all out on the sprint. So all of them, any sprinter you like, they are gassed at the end of it. And so will you be, but you won't run as fast as like the likes of Linford Christie would have done, for example. You won't. Because you're a fighter. That's your forte. He wouldn't be able to get up in the ring and fight Anthony Joshua's. I mean, you know what I mean? The point I'm saying is the sprint is done all out. And now you go into that walk to recover, and then you go into this run period, which is about 75%. But you run for a wild animal. You grit your teeth with sheer determination, guts, and bottle that you are going to keep running until you're like this. Honestly, I want you to be like this. I've had it, especially the women, dog walkers, ever. I'm on a mission. That's how you want you to be a professional fighter. But you've covered infinitely more distance than me. You could have done 800 meters. And you could think, I can't. But it's got to be pushing it a bit, but Not so you're idling along at what they would go at, say, over 1,500 meters, idling along. Sort of, no. But not like that. You get me? And you run it until you are exhausted, and you have to stop. But you don't stop. You walk. Okay? So your heart rate will have built up. Because you're not going full out for 10 seconds, 100 meters, but you're going full out for literally, I reckon you'd be done in under 3 minutes. Then you rest, then you walk again. Incidentally, when it's on by the coast, you're getting all that beautiful air, sea air coming in. And then you go off again. The 75% run there. You run till exhaustion. And then you walk again. And then you go again on this 75%. And then somewhere on your 36 minutes route, whether it's back to from A to B and then back from B to A, or a circular route, you would have sussed it out what is going to take you in that arena 36 to 40 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit under, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit over. 36 minutes, 12 is 36, right? 36 minutes. You intersperse your sprints. And you can do that whenever you like. You can be walking along, bam, you decide you're going to go off on a sprint. You get that in your head, off the storm, bam, off you go again. What follows the sprints is always the walk. Or you can do the sprints after you run. You walk, you go, bam, off you go. For as many as you think you need. 4 to 5, maybe. If you want to do more, do more. Slightly less, do slightly less. I reckon about 4 to 5 sprints. Job done. All your sprints work, your interval work, your CV cardiovascular work has been completed. Done. This is why early morning running or late thing last at night is good. I've always preferred the early morning run because I go to bed early, because there's nothing on the TV worth watching. And if I feel tired at 8:30, that's it. My missus likes to sit up and watch stuff, which I don't. So I say, rather than being an obnoxious, nasty bastard, I say, I'm feeling tired. Yeah, I'm feeling tired now. She will go to bed then, she says. Yeah, I think I will. You're all right there. The dog's there by her side. She makes herself a hot chocolate, and she's as happy as a sandboy. I'm only upstairs in the bed. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is early morning is once you've completed it, which you should really be out and back well within an hour. So if you're up at 6:30, you'll be done and back in doors within the hour. Whether you decide to have something to eat then, whether you decide to go down and have a quick shower, whether you decide to have a rub down, change of clobber and stuff, you get back into bed and you go to kit. Doing it last thing in the evening is good, because when you finish a game, what do? You come in, you have a rub down or you have a shower, whatever, and you go to Uncle Ned, don't you? Get some kit and sleep. So, yeah, there you go. That's it. You do not have to separate the sprints up into something different. You don't have to do that, because you've done it. So now all that remains is a strength work and your skill stuff. And the skill stuff will tap in to the cardiovascular interval work. Look at some of them when you train, you see them on the bag, these pros, and they're in training camp. They're going for it with everything they've got. They're performing a boxing skills workout. So you've got all that training to think about, keeping yourself razor sharp, not peaking too early in a training camp, performing maintenance training so you don't lose it, Chris. I tell you what, you do lose it quickly, especially on the road work. It just goes, vanishes. If you leave it more than a month, you're back to square one. It is really like that. Certainly was with me. But once you get it back, and you will know the value of properly administered, intelligently crafted road work. When you're getting to rounds 9 and 10 and you're having a right bust up, this is such an important fight. This is a world title fight. Your honour is on the line here. Like the Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks, they packed it out, didn't they? Tottenham Hotspur's football stadium. Over 60,000. You will be so glad that you've done this specific type of road work. So pick a route that is going to be good for you. There's something about running alongside water. The new place that I'm going to we're moving to, has a river. It's about 6 miles from Lyme Regis. So it's near to the coast, but not like 10-minute walk and you're by the beach where we are now, kind of thing. But it's cool. It's good because it winds you around all these little things, in and out and all the rest of it. It's cracking. There's a nature reserve. Run through a nature reserve area. Fantastic, cracking. Getting it so the old sun, when it's not raining, it's pretty miserable, isn't it? Running in the rain. I must admit, it's not very nice, is it? But you get it on a crisp morning and you're getting it so dawn is coming up, you see that orange colour. It is fantastic feeling. It is a lovely feeling. So do your road work. just like I have said. Don't feel, oh, walking, that ain't very mature. The nature of doing that is your heart rate is bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Capacity, recover. Capacity, recover. Rather than doing 10 miles long distance, slow distance, boom, 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 boom. Your heart rate raises to about 80, 90 beats per minute. Boom, 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 boom. So does your blood pressure. No. For a fighter, you've got to emulate the fight, what it is, and then just go and do it. Just go and do it and enjoy it. Think of it as healthy, because it is. Because when you come back, mate, and activity is just beginning to sort of like get going in your home, if you live with people, you jump in that hot shower, mate, and then you change into some loose stuff and you feel $1 million. $1 million. That's that done. Rest, recover. Now get to the gym and do your proper stuff. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwell Boxing. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you gleaned something from it, and I hope you've got some inspiration from it. My job is to encourage. My business has to make money. If my business does not make money, it fails to be a business, doesn't it? So yeah, of course, Trainwell Boxing has to make money. But I do this on YouTube out of love, out of passion. I love it. And I'm not expecting anything back. Be nice if you said, loved it. Never thought of it like that. Thanks a lot. Okay? Have a great afternoon. See you later. Ciao.